This is a charger spot right here that's currently occupied.
Cruising through the streets of Sydney, searching for an elusive charging point. This is a common chore for electric vehicle owners Uma Pillai and Palak Bhatt. While Australians are beginning to buy electric vehicles in large numbers, compared to other parts of the world, there just aren't that many places to charge them here, a problem that may pump the brakes on EVs in Australia.
I was very passionate about the environment and thinking about ways that I could reduce my impact. And, along with recycling, eating less meat, EVs were kind of the next, one of the big three, I suppose.
Uma saved up for years and bought a Nissan Leaf, but she says the infrastructure for EVs here makes it difficult to drive.
I think it's the general public that needs to change its attitude. There are a lot of people who are wary of EVs. This is a charger spot right here that's currently occupied.
In Australia, according to the International Energy Agency, there are 35 electric vehicles per charging spot. That's compared to 10 EVs in the rest of the world and 8 in world leader China. And while Aussies can charge at home, Palak says your choice of destinations are limited.
If we want to take the car, we have to pick locations where we can charge along the way, even where we stay, so hotels or Airbnbs and so forth. You can't just go, this looks lovely, we'll stay there, it doesn't have a charger.
Expansions of public chargers is slow as operators face long delays connecting to the grid. A report by electric charger operator EV Networks said the process of connecting to the grid was expensive and inefficient. In turn, the charger problem appears to keep Australians from switching over. Car dealer Abduzara says he sells only 3 to 4 EVs a month, compared to more than a dozen combustion engine vehicles.
The charging stations are predominantly in richer areas and rather not in the west. So you find more of the people in the west not appeal to electric vehicles, and of course the knowledge of electric vehicles isn't out there.
Others say Australia simply doesn't have enough trained mechanics or spare parts for electric cars.
So everyone's talking about charging stations and infrastructure, and that's great, but what no one is talking about is the workforce who are going to have to service and maintain these vehicles. So we do need the government to put its hand in its pocket and help the industry in this transition.
After a decade under a conservative government that opposed EV adoption, the country's Labour government, which won power a year ago, has launched a national EV strategy and doubled funding for cleaner transport to $339 million. More than $45 million will go towards public charging infrastructure. But despite the government's EV push, a mass take-up in the vast country is still a challenge.